Okay, we're back in divinity, guys. We only lack yours.
As I say, one last sacrifice is required. Yours. Good.
The world shall not know this. I shall return from the grave, a divine without power, yet all who desire power shall...
More than enough.
Ifan unsheaths his weapon. He stands by your side with
You.
Ifan gives you a hard look. His fingers...
But I trust my friends. More than I trust myself.
Aw. Just take a bit.
And I trust that you merely delay my vengeance, not deny it outright.
Show some responsibility, Father! Surrender your source!
Sealing the veil will lock our people away forever. They will never be free of the void, though if they return, what becomes of this world?
Fane turns to you. In all the time that you've traveled together, you've never seen him like this. He's trembling with emotion.
And you, my fellow adventurers. Together we have seen more than generations of mortals could ever see. You have seen the horrors of the void, and I have seen this world through your eyes.
You'll be a hero. Everyone will know of the sacrifice you'll make. Your name will be synonymous with the survival of Rivellon.
Don't let them do this to us. But... souls! There has to be another way.
The last time I obeyed Lucian, countless innocents died. Surrender my source. He should surrender his life.
Okay, so I had to pause it for a moment.
Good.
Yes, very good.
She raises what looks like a leash. A chuckle emerges from beneath Vriedemann's hood. The chuckle becomes a guffaw, booming and hateful. Dallis flicks her wrist.
Oh,
How? What? The
a bright observation from a bilious imbecile. You know people often become sloppy when they're close to achieving their dream. You left the leashing wand next to me, you stupid maggot.
Kill him.
Do shut up, you tedious buffoon. And don't look so surprised. As if I would allow a bone bag to enslave me. Yes, I am. Or did you really think I'd play slavishly along with? It was only a...
Kill him now.
Too late, you mouldering, blight-stained pigs. Grant me power, my ally. God King, I call on you. You dare interrupt Brachus Rex. How novel. Who are you to challenge the Source King? Ah! You were the fetid dirt on my...
And then he'll do the weird thing. Well, if I do it like this, we're friends with them.
The God King here. He sends... Come to your father.
And then fucking crack
Source
it.
King.
It's just gonna shit out those four puppies. Honestly, Kem's the hardest. Oh no, I've got the fucking plague. Oh my god, he's fast. Jesus. Heaven's blessing. Thank you. What the hell? I don't know. Guess this is the closest thing I'm getting to an uppity bonus.
I'll yield to none.
I'll hit him with that. Assume drag. Oh, Jesus. I hit the salad, yeah. Now she's used erratic wisp. Red Prince time, I suppose. Is my fucking child. My child will be okay. I'll use my 1 AP to walk over here. Salamane's weak to water, right? Yeah. But I'm going to hit him with this fire
I'll
laser.
yield to none.
I'll give everyone fire brand. Ifin can rev it up. Walking a step closer, looks like he's going to mess with his spell now. Lucian's going to 1v1 Brackus for a bit. Get them both. Ow. She's real high up there. Get her, guys. Oh no. All that guy's getting cursed to hell and back. Go ahead and smack them with this. Are they going to focus over there? Yeah, they're gonna focus on Brackus. I don't have Charm Blade spoken, unfortunately. This is gonna hurt Fane. I'm sorry, Fane. Oh. Did not know it could do that one. Oh no, is it gonna do that weird primordial? Yes. What are these weak to? Nothing really.
I'm ready.
shackles of pain on him. Oh, they're slamming him up. Oh, now he's over there. Is he gonna do something scary? Curse fireball. Oh, that guy's got like one shot. But can I not? I really wanted to look at this. So this Charm Voidwoken spell. Where is it? Who learned it? Did you learn it? No? If it? Where the fuck is it? What the fuck? Huh. Okay. I don't know. Oh no.
I will yield to none.
I can get over to that guy. Heaven's blessing on himself. He's scorching over there. Gave us all the plague, of course. Ow. Yeah. You thought that was a good decision? She did get hurt, so she's teleporting over there. She's really contaminating herself. I want to give myself the circle protection, actually. I'm really scared of this Kraken. Undead black ring fates thingy. It's just black ring people. Oh my. He's dead. Okay. Okay, just one shot there at Prince. It's fine. I blocked it. That's gonna hurt. I've apparently already resisted death once. I'm silenced. Oh god. Oh no. Oh. Hmm. Oh. Rest in peace. Cast dimensional dive. Oh my Jesus Christ. This isn't good. Fane, I'm sorry.
I'm ready.
I'll summon my dog. I'll provoke this guy. No. Get him. He's attacking my dog. He killed my dog.
I need aid!
Oh no. Wait, this should. Oh no. He's auditing Fade. Yeah. Lucian? Lucian? Are you fucking kidding me? Lucian? Okay. That fucking hurt. Wow, she's kind of useless. When I saw a dragon, I was kind of expecting more. Hold on. Okay.
You let him do it was okay. Too late, you moldering, blight-stained pigs. Grant me. You dared interrupt Bracchus Red.
Okay, we'll go to this part. I don't have the fucking Charm Void Wokens, but I don't know where it is. I looked for it and I don't know. To be honest, I prefer the first arena more. I was kind of looking forward to fighting Lucian and stuff, but you know, Brachus Rex does this whole thing. He's gonna go
The
here
god
and he's
he
gonna
sent
summon
to your father.
summon Big
Come to
Kraken.
the Source King.
I switched over my skills to Source skills. I don't have very many though. It'll poop these guys out real fast. 57 initiative. He did the exact same thing, just walked up to me like that. He's gonna Plague, he'll get Iffen, and he'll hopefully Holy Blessing. He gets himself hit by that. It'll be Heaven's Blessing. Boom, he cures everyone of their terrible plague. Lucian scorches them. Well, let's just try to kill Chem, I guess. She'll turn into a dragon. I don't think I could teleport Kraken, even though I'd want to. Oh no. Well, I'll chain lightning her, I guess. I was hoping it'd reach him. Theirs seems to reach into fucking eternity. Mine doesn't. So sad.
Glory is mine.
Now he's bleeding. And I'll hit him some. If it can summon his pet dog. And we'll cheer everyone on.
Glory is mine.
Now attack it. You miss. The guy says some kind of weird hard on for his Beal. Hopefully Lucian and Brachus could just have a nice fight over there. That'd be nice. He's gonna airborne plague us again, which sucks. I'll just buff myself up. Oh, she's gonna hurt me. Or do you just want to shoot Ifin? It's fucked up. His Bill will go over there. She'll start poisoning the shit out of her because she's into that sexual shit like that, you know? An unexpected ball. Teleport him over there, boys. Wait a second, I dropped my shield. Oh my god, the plague ruined my shield. Primordial fire us. Or primordial gurgle. It's gonna spew out more sworn apparently. That's gonna be painful. Oh no. That thing's gonna like one-shot us or some shit. Jesus Christ. Okay. Sorry if it... Oh no, he's gonna... This is why I fortified. Ouch. I think he's upset at me. I resisted death, but... Drink a huge healing potion, I guess. Oh, you gave us some holy fire? Thanks. I'm not sure. I guess I'll just have to shoot him. You stunned Ifin. God, you're fucking useless, Dallas. Useless in life, useless in fucking death. Oh. I was cold but useless. Shackles of pain on Dallas. Oh my god. She already lost all their armor right there. That's crazy. Um, it's weak to water, but like, are these people weak to water? No, they got resistance as well. Resist. We're rubbish. Well, she survived. Yeah, my shield got dropped, so... Oh, he's got atrophy now. It's pretty helpful. Except that part. Oh, that's... Oh, that wasn't her. Okay. If it's stunned... If it resisted death? Oh no. I'm sorry, if it... Well, we did... That does kill the Salaman. I have to keep the bone window there to protect my poor guy. I've been petrified. Oh no. Brackus is almost dead at least. Okay. He's not immune to being charmed. Oh, she just gained a lot of health. Yep. What? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm dead. I'm not even gonna, like, I could win this one. But I'm literally gonna die as soon as my turn starts. Let us try a fucking again. I don't know if it's wrong of me to not have 57 in wits, or if they're just meant to go first because they're the AI that want to fuck me up. I don't know.
Come to the Source King.
It'd be better if they could not move all the way over to like me. Like they can go from here all the way over here, like in a single turn. And use abilities. Like that's just insane. And Dallas is actually useless. as a dragon. I think I prefer just human form. He's gonna come over. Airborne plague. Heaven's blessing. I don't know, I'll throw it at him. She jumps up here, dragon form. Honestly, let me just knock them down now. I'll try and kill him fast, hopefully. He might be immune to bleeding, though. Let's give him clear-mindedness, I guess, because I can't. I couldn't click. I found the spot. The guys are just useless. He's gonna overpower or Oliver. It's a nice little chunky chunk. Salaman has to spend his turn getting up. I don't know, I guess I'll... Guess I'll do that. Shoot her for that. That's fine. Dallas could shoot Iffen with her shock balls, of course. Well, now she's fairly injured, so hopefully.
Is mine.
That's a lot of damage. I buffed their armor a bit that way. They're doing that. The Kraken might... Not sure what the Kraken's gonna do. Is it gonna just throw out more of these swords? I hope not, but it might. Oh no. That's not good. assassin. He might assassinate. Oh my, one-shotter. Okay. You going to run away? You shall the guy and his guy. Well, that's pretty good.
Prepare yourself.
Oh no. You whirlwinded us back. Taunt. God, this man's taking so much damage. 1v1 evolution, we got this.
Glory is mine.
Just more fire that way. Hopefully she whirlwinds. You dumb bitch. Oh my god, are you serious? She hurts all of my guys and does that. It just fucks off. That's a tilt and a half, that's for sure. Just fucking with. And she runs over, I'm just gonna fuck with Lucian, I guess. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, brackets ran that way this time. Well, hope you can do it, Lucian. Hope you can do it. Was I stunned? Oh my god. Ow. Jesus. Oh. Nice knowing you, Red Prince, my boy.
I need aid.
Oh, he's fucking survived that. Now he's dead as fuck. Yeah. Is he gonna whirlwind? He just crippling blowed him. Get him, Lucian. Oh shit. Practice Rex is one shot of death. Ah, no.
Prepare yourself. Glory is mine.
Dead. Dallas. Is he gonna put more sword over there, or is he gonna shoot him with something? Oh yeah. And we're both stunned. Lucian will still be able to kill him. Never mind, now Lucian cannot. He's going to run over there apparently. She's dead. It's now Ifith's turn. He attacked the wall. Oh, come on. Come on, one more. The Abysmal Sea achievement unlocked.
Brachus Rex, the Source King of Legend, lies dead once more, perhaps even for good. Dallis, badly weakened, looks to you.
The future of all that is depends on you, and you alone.
Here we stand, once more on the cusp of divinity. But this cup, so long thirsted for, I willfully let it pass from me. All my life has been a lead-up to this. To be the King of Kings, God of Gods. I will not say it was in vain, but I will say it was vanity. If I were to chance upon my throne right now, I would sit down beside it, cast my glance to the horizon, and think of worthier things. I'd think of Sadher, my great love. I'd think of my children, their joyous dance through fiery sky. And of course, I'd think of you, of the adventures we had, of our unlikely yet heartfelt friendship. Yes, I'd sit there, thoroughly contented, and wait for you to ascend the throne. I know.
A mischievous smile.
But I do have to add, likewise.
Well then, this is, as they say. I never dreamed that after all this, I would be standing here with one of your kind, let alone that I would be proud to do so. I cannot imagine someone I would trust more with divinity, including myself.
Fane lays a bony hand on your shoulder, squeezing gently.
Do you know, I believe you will.
So here we are. The end of it all. Nobody I'd rather see this whole thing through with. I trust you. I trust your judgment. I know you will. I know you. Remember? You're the best damn friend I've ever had.
We had sex.
Well then, let's do this.
You think back on your journey here, on all that you have seen and done. You think of the Magisters, and the sorcerers they hunted, and of the good and the evil on both sides. You think of how the Eternals came as Voidwoken to reclaim their stolen world. You look at the source around you. The power is immense. Divinity at your fingertips. You think of what you could do with such power. The rights you'd wrong, the wars you'd win. You marvel at your journey and how it has changed you. You think of those you left behind, and of those you met along the way, who stood by you or against you. It's time to choose your fate, and the fate of all you hold dear. What shall it be? Shall you be divine?
Oh, shit. Claim divinity.
After all that you have been through, and all that you have done, all that you have become, the Aetheran lies in front of you. Divinity is yours to take or to sacrifice. What you do next decides your own fate and the future of the world. What shall you do with divinity?
Oh, risen. Oh my god. Oh my god.
And so it ended. A tale that began with my own ill-fated attempt to rid the world of the Godwoken. A new divine rose, a true heir to the Seven, more powerful than ever, and united Rivellon in its battle against the Void. All across the realm he was loved, worshipped and adored. Humans, lizards, elves and dwarves all rallied to his banner. The Great Allegiance stood once more, but the war continued. From the depths of the Void, the God King still sought to return. As for me, my last hope of ever being freed of the God King's terrible tyranny faded when the Godwoken claimed divinity. An eternity of pain and suffering is mine. I cling now to the dream that one day the veil will be sealed, that one day I can be freed, that one day a new Godwoken will rise.
Well, well. Look what the cat dragged in. A god, no less.
He smiles at you fondly as he takes you by the...
You've done us proud. You saved the world, didn't you? No. We were all of us instrumental, but only one walked away with divinity. I'm glad it was you. Home, if you don't mind. After all, I've dragons to raise. I need to teach them to be good boys and girls before they set the entire world on fire. There may be an accident or two along the way. Please don't hold it against them. I do so long to see my palace again. The Forbidden City. The sense of spices and incense. The sound of sitars in far-off rooms. To sit all day in perfumed shade and watch the white of the marble change with the journey of the sun. But above all, I long to be with Sadher. Long to finally have the time to love. Oh, but before you go, remember how when we first met, I took you by the jaw to inspect your teeth? Not something one forgets in a hurry. Now, if you recall, as per your own testimony, you can tailor
But alas, you've no culinary skills, and you've little or no regard for personal hygiene. Far from ideal. Still, I'm nothing if not a tolerant man who believes in individual growth. I'm sure the journey taught you much. As such, I'd like to offer you what I denied you before, the opportunity to become my slave. What say you?
Taken quite by surprise, he staggers back, blood dripping down his nostrils.
I take that as a no, then. Fair enough. But next time, please, use your word.
You deserved it. Finally hit him in the nose for that one. Let's talk. Do we get any special thing for being God? No? Like, is there, hey, you're fucking God? No? Okay.
Malady stands tall and proud, sunlight sparkling off her mask. From here, she looks almost angelic.
Well, here we are again. You, me, and the ship I've saved from ruin for your personal benefit. I'd say you owe me, but why state the obvious? Get an eyeful, Your Holiness. I expect it's the last we'll see of each other for some time.
She turns to you, arms crossed, and grins.
Look at you. Magnificent. Excellent question.
She fingers the mask, covering her face. For a moment, it seems as though she's about to remove it. But instead, she places a hand on your shoulder.
We've come a long way together. I did my best by you all the way. I sacrificed much. But I'd give even more to see you become exactly what you've become. Soon, I'd like to have a little chat about something you can do for me. But I believe that can wait. Relax. Enjoy. I certainly plan to do the same. Oh, I don't know. Around and about. Treat myself to some mead, a Loverall 300. I'd say
A
you've
lover
earned it.
300.
And when the time comes, I'll come find you. Your Holiness.
Excuse me. Oh, damn. Spirit of Beast.
Beast Spirit smiles as you approach, and begins to sing a tune you think vaguely familiar.
You hear the wild beast just sails on the ocean. He's docked in the bay and coming your way. Off on the yawn, you hear the commotion. He's docked in the bay and coming your way. Your cupboard can't hide you, nor can your berth. His daggers don't care about the gold that you're worth. He'll bury your bones neath a mountain of earth. He's docked in the bay and coming your way.
He pauses, then continues to hum, all the while working his ghostly whiskers.
Oh. This makes me so upset. Let's talk to Sir.
Well, well, Quirkers. Look who finally graced us with their presence. I suppose... What? No, you should be thanking me. I just saved the world from... You're welcome. Honestly, Quirkers, some creatures have no sense of perspective.
A huge grin slowly spreads across the squirrel's small...
Of course, had you not stopped this God King and his lackeys, there would have been very little left for me to save. So...
The cat moves forward, twisting around your legs and filling the air with the sound of dry, dusty purring.
Ah, Quirkers! Please, have a little decorum. This battle is won, my friend, but we still have a war to fight. We've undone the Great Acorn, but the Knights of Dre are still out there. They summoned the Great Acorn once. They will be able to summon it again. We have to destroy their order, once and for all. That is the future Quirkers and I have ahead of us. We no longer need a shield, but we are very happy.
I'm gonna touch him. I'm gonna touch his fur.
The squirrel tenses for half a moment before relaxing into your fingers.
Ah! Oh, hi, Quirkers. You never told me it felt this good. Well, that was certainly an experience of course, this has all been something of an experience, eh? I don't suppose any of us did. I never thought I would be proud to have befriended a giant. But there is no one I... Oh, Quackers! There is no one that we would rather have walked this world with. I do not know what comes next for you, but you will always have a friend in the forest. Come, Quackers. We must... Oh, I think you have something in your eye, my friend.
The cat curls up and snuggles into his squirrel friend, who quietly sits and sniffs on the deck.
Aww.
Well, if it isn't the new divine gracing me with his presence. That is the question, isn't it? How does one top the greatest feat of necromancy ever conceived? I might have the answer to that. Tell me.
God.
No, of course you wouldn't. It's a written language, unreadable to most, but myself naturally. It comes from a mysterious race from another world. Beings that feed on mine. I intend to seek them out. This Gustafjan seems to guard portals to their realm. And once I've uncovered one, well, why settle for being the...
Tarquin smirked.
I didn't come all this way to show deference. Some friendly advice. All who rise are killed.
I will be a tyrant to this Tarquin guy. I'm ready to bully him.
Amazing I'm still here. That we're still here. Well, that relationship always was complicated, wasn't it? You're so much like him. My instincts tell me to kneel to the new divine. I've done so before, after all. But I can't drive myself to do it again.
Gareth beams. For the first time, he is his own man. Yet his enthusiasm is not a man's, but a child's.
A friend, yes. That I know how to be.
For a moment, his mind wanders to memories of friends and enemies, of malady and magisters, of demons and divinity. He is then in the present once more, and smiles at you.
Friends. I find a way to fit. I wasn't just content to lurk in Lucian's shadow. I was his shadow. Now I stand in the sun as my own man.
That mustache.
I just don't know who that man is.
I didn't notice that mustache.
And so I find out. My goal is to have a goal, if that makes sense at all. And if it doesn't, well, that's all I've got.
Ah, subtle.
A slight grin crosses the spirit's face. Whether her smile is sincere or not, you can't be sure.
I see great potential in our new divinity. I don't expect to be disappointed.
I'll disappoint you, baby girl.
Losa winks and curtsies in playful reverence. Her spectral gaze twinkles.
Ah, yes, the child.
You're the new divine. That's so cool. What's it like?
Han stares at you for...
Awesome. There's also the matter of my payment for all the stuff I've done for you.
He taps his fingers and mouths silently while he counts, until he arrives...
1,300,000 dozen and 50 gold pieces. Now pay up. I'm a fair businessman is what I am. But if you can't pay me in money, then I'll just have to insist you keep me on until you can. So, what position can you offer?
Han ponders your...
Okay, I love being all sneaky and shh. Well, yeah. But you better believe the bill for that will be a doozy.
I could kill him. I want to teleport you to this pocket ocean, child. Let's see.
Ifan gives you an appraising glance. Curiosity mingled with an emotion you can't quite put your finger on. Reflected in the mirror of his eyes, you see yourself, majestic, powerful, emanating an aura of purest source. Ifan's lip curls slightly, and he...
So, you're it. Our new divine. I truly hope you'll do better than Lucian. Be better. You'll need to do even better than that. But if anyone can, I believe it's you.
The fuck?
If I can give one last piece of advice, Remember that you serve the people, not the other way around. I need to fix what my actions destroyed. I'm going home. I'm going to return to the forests where I grew up, where the death fog detonated. I'm going to plant new seeds and see fresh shoots spring from the earth. Maybe we'll see each other again sometime.
He pauses, as if about to say something else, then shakes his head. With one last nod, he whistles up his soul wolf and lopes away.
I want to talk to Flaming Cock.
The flaming hatchling bounces and cheeps out of sheer excitement.
Oh yeah, I did have a phoenix egg.
Fresh air! Freedom! There's no containing me now!
Aw, soul wolf. Fane.
Fane is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He leafs through it slowly, muttering to himself.
I did make you pick up a lot of those.
Interesting.
His eyes stay fixed on the book as you approach.
My God, my darling, is there all that much of a difference?
Fane looks up, a playful sparkle in his demeanor.
Well, you're certainly worthy of worship.
Oh, God.
You look radiant, my dear. The power of my people. The power of the Veil. All in one beautiful mortal shell. Who could have imagined? I don't doubt it.
The skeleton looks back to the book. You can feel the grief radiating from him.
I can't help thinking that I could have saved them. That I could have done something. You could have saved them, but you didn't. You made your choice. Don't misunderstand. I made my choice too. That doesn't mean I cannot mourn them, though. They deserve that much.
The skeleton hefts Hubert's dog-eared encyclopedia, its weight heavy in his hand.
I've been rereading this book, looking over your history once again, poring over every detail with a new perspective, and do you know what? It's shit.
Holy shit! I was not expecting that one. Oh my...
Fane tosses the book over his shoulder. It flutters in the air as it sails over the ship's railing and disappears with a faint splash.
If you have spent your life staring at a thing, you can write about it with knowledge. You can write about it with love. But it is almost impossible to write about it with wonder. You creatures have spent your lives trudging about this world, and you've grown blind to its miracles, simply that to see the true beauty of a thing. Sometimes you have to look at it as an outsider, as someone with fresh eyes, if you will. Take otters, for example. Energetic, waterproof cats, utterly beautiful creatures. Or octopuses. Did you know they're secretly octopuses? Octopi? Octopods. I shall have to look that up. Regardless, the world is filled with absolutely incredible sights. And who better to catalogue them with the awe they deserve than someone seeing them for the first time? Do you know, there is the idea that nothing is ever truly created or destroyed. I suppose we are all Source, just in different forms. You being the cruder, less jewel-encrusted form, naturally. But my people were Source too, although we didn't know it at the time. And our Source helped create you. In a way, I was walking alongside the best version of them the entire time. In you, I found a home better than the one I was pining for. Thank you, my love.
Aww. God damn.
There's nothing interesting down there. The future lies above, not below. There's nothing interesting there.
Am I supposed to talk to the ship? Barrel. Take some fish for the way out, I guess. Let's go.
I am here to serve, Master. In this realm and any other, for as long as I must. I am bidden to serve you, as promised once and promised eternal. And so, as always, I am at the ready. Consider me to be a gift from Malady. My wood was splintered, but I feel better than new.
You look out to the endless beyond. The sun's light plays upon the waves, just as it always did. The sails flutter in the wind, just as they always will. And yet, something is different. You are different. And with a start, you realize where you must go next. You speak the command to the Lady Vengeance, and another chapter begins. War raged on. Arx remained the center of power as the races united behind the Divine. But the Voidwoken attacks continued as they did elsewhere. Arx would see many more long years of war. The ancient empire of lizards became one of the pillars of the new Divine Alliance. The houses of war and of shadows were particularly useful in the fight against the God King. The Empire used the war to expand its territory. Justinia returned to her throne. Under her rule, the Dwarven Kingdom fought for the Divine, and her loyalty was unquestionable. Many fine and courageous dwarves did their people great honor, in battle and in death. With Lucian gone, the elves reluctantly rejoined the Divine Alliance. Their place in the war on the Void would entirely depend on the integrity of the new Divine. And here and there, across the world, what was left of the Black Ring fought on. The island of Fort Joy remained a sorcerer's paradise, a place of exile for those whose sorcery threatened to bring in the Void. For their well-being, its residents depended entirely on the benevolence of the new Divine. Reaper's Coast struggled on. The farms and the fisheries fought to feed the people against the Voidwoken blight. The black pits took fire. The oil there burns still. Driftwood teetered on the edge of starvation until the night the Voidwoken came from the sea. All were killed. This did, however, put an end to the famine. The nameless isle had vanished. Although only open water remained, by instinct ships would steer clear. None of the captains could articulate why. Sir Gareth thanked the surviving Seekers for their service and gave them their freedom. Disillusioned with ongoing war, he set out alone to find a new purpose. He would never stop seeking. Young Han grew up a warrior and became one of the Alliance's greatest generals. But even he could not win the war. With a new Divine at the helm, Malady had a powerful ally. But she was in no hurry to call in her favor. After all, it might be the last thing she ever did. Having performed the greatest act of necromancy in history, Tarquin found the new world unchallenging. He became obsessed with rumors of another plane of existence. One day he vanished and was never seen again. Ahu the wizard served the new divine with honor, wisdom, and an at times unnerving feline elegance. Jehan the demon hunter never stopped hunting for demons. Sahala sought to strengthen the elven alliance with the new divine. Her powers of sight proved useful in the ongoing war against the Void, but she could never be sure that the new divine trusted her. Tova, her mother, was Sahala's most trusted warrior. Fane traveled Rivellon, notebook in hand, recording the wonders he discovered. He kept a socket peeled for signs of the Eternals, hoping to find the wife he had lost. He's still looking. With a small band of elves, Ifan Ben Medst replanted the lost forests. After the first fresh shoots broke the earth, Ifan returned to the war, leading the elves in service of the divine. Some say Afrit, his soul wolf, walks the forest still. On his return to the Empire, the Red Prince was hailed a hero. He married Sada, and they had many more dragons. Soon, the prince became the emperor. Faced with dragons, the Void did not gain the upper hand in the Empire. And then there was you.
Oh god, that's unnerving.
For how much of this do you take credit or blame? And what kind of divine were you as the world battled on? Did you show mercy or strength? Did you sacrifice others as Lucian had done? Did you regret becoming divine? Should you have given your soul and sealed the veil? Only you know the truth. Only you know if you atone for your sins.
Oh, Larry, oh my gosh. I'm gonna go ahead and try the other endings as well. Hold on. Okay.
Or to sacrifice. What you do next, what shall you do with divinity?
Everyone's divine. One for all achievement unlocked. Damn, I'm cute.
And so it ended. A tale that began with my own ill-fated attempt to rid the world of the Godwoken. When the dust settled, no new divine had risen. Instead, all Source was released into the world for all the people and every creature to share. Everyone was now a sorcerer. And united, the peoples of Rivellon pushed back the God King into the very depths of the Void. This ushered in a new golden age of peace and prosperity. But alas, it was not to last. With many greedy for wealth, power and position, the struggle soon began anew. Source, the very language of creation, was used in violence once more. The never-ending contest for power continued. As for me, my last hope of ever being freed of the God King's terrible tyranny faded when the Godwoken failed to seal the veil. An eternity of pain and suffering is mine, in service of the King, until the day I am freed, the day the God King returns.
Malady stands...
Well, here we are again. Get an eyeful. I have a lot of planning.
She drums her fingers,
all that work. All that effort tossed into the gutter like a malformed child. Has it taken you this long? Never mind.
She fingers the mask, covering her...
We've come a long way together. I did my best by you.
She looks you...
I guess this... Take a moment. Relax. Enjoy. I certainly plan to do the same. Until next...
Yeah, let's see what the prince says.
Well, well, look what the cat dragged in. A God-woken. But what good is it to be God-woken when Source is now... Don't fool yourself. In the absence of a master, as long as there is power, there is conflict. In that sense, I suppose I should look upon it all as an opportunity. People crave or please.
He sighs.
But come, we'll not part on bad home. After all, there I do so to sit on. Above all, I long to... Oh, remember how when we first met? Not something... Now, if you'll recall, as still, What say you? Well, that's settled then. You're very welcome to my house indeed.
I'll be a little
We'll feast
slave.
and reminisce. But in the meantime, my boots are not going to...
Happy Cluckster. Is Beast just going to sing a song again?
Beast spirit. Keep.
Sort of. I don't know yet. Perhaps peace will reign. Time will tell. That is no.
Well, you are...
Yeah. Han's going to ask me for money.
I feel weird. There is a matter I must attend.
He taps his...
1,300,000 dozen, and I'm a fair businessman is what I am.
hand on...
You got it.
Yes, the bill for that will be quite a doozy. Let's talk to Ifan.
Ifan
We did it. The odds were against us. Hell, the gods were against us. And still we did it.
He reaches out his hand to grasp yours. Source crackles between you and in the air all around you. The world has changed.
Now we'll see something. We'll see what happens when everyone can harness their own divinity. Me either. I knew it. From the first time I met you, I knew you were special.
He wants to fuck again.
And this proves it. With a world full of sorcerers, we should be able to make short work of the Voidwoken.
Ifan nods, but his mind is elsewhere already. He looks different somehow. A vestige of command has returned to this ex-soul.
We'll need supplies. Source-forged steel, war owls, a central command from which to run sorties. What do you think? Is Arx the right...
Seeing the look on your face, he laughs.
Old habits die hard, but I'm willing to bet these Voidwoken will die harder.
With that, Ifan salutes you. He whistles up his soul wolf and strides off to make arrangements. Looking...
Ifan's going full leader mode, and let's talk to Faney Waney.
Fane is reading a volume of crap.
I see.
He glances up at you. Beard with a grin, the skeleton throws his arms around you, squeezing you tight. He breaks off the embrace, grinning wide.
Well, well. There you are.
It's so awkward
My
because of my dialogue.
Just look at you. A little leaner than when we first met, and a little less divine than you'd hoped, I imagine. Indeed it would.
Fane looks back down to the book.
It could have been different, you know? I could have saved them. I could have found a way. I could have done more. So, perhaps could they? Had they decided to live in peace with the mortals of Rivellon, maybe we could have saved them. But they made their choices, and I made mine. No, I imagine you can't. I imagine no one can. But the cards were dealt, and my people got snake eyes. Or something. I never took the time to learn how the average Rivellonian entertained them. Then again, you are no average Rivellonian. So, what do you think you'll do now that we live in a world of minute divines?
Fane nods.
Power in the hands of madmen is dangerous. But power in the hands of well-meaning fools? Empires have...
The skeleton hefts Hubert's dog-eared encyclopedia, its weight heavy in his hand.
I've been rereading this book, looking over... It's shit!
Fane tosses...
If you creatures have spent your lives trudging about this world. Take otters, for example. Or octopuses? Regardless. The world is filled with absolutely incredible sights. Do you know? There is the idea, I suppose, but in a way, in you.
Okay, yes, same thing. I accidentally shot that. Now let's go. Off we go.
I am here to serve, Master. In this realm, I cannot save. I am at the ready.
You look out to the endless and with a start, you realize when
Let's see this.
the world was at peace, at least for now.
A nice map.
Few were as prepared for the new world as the lizardkin of the ancient empire. With power spread equally throughout the world, the advantage lay with those who knew how to steal it, and at this the lizards excelled.
Why I'm a lizard.
Justinia returned to her throne. Under her rule, the Dwarven kingdom prospered, until 2 years later, a jealous lover stabbed her in the heart with a mutton fork.
A fork?
With their power returned, the elves reclaimed their lands from the Death Fog and began to rebuild. Soon they would split as two factions sought power, one to bring back the trees, the other to bring back the scions. A dwarven joke did the rounds. It ends with the punchline, "So Lucian dropped the Death Fog on them again." And in a dark forest on the far side of a desert, well beyond the high seas, the Black Ring came together once more. The island of Fort Joy, the old redoubt of the Source King Brachus Rex, was turned over to the people of Driftwood to use as they wished. They turned it into a holiday resort. Reaper's Coast prospered. The fisheries returned, and the fertile farmlands produced the greatest harvests the surviving farmers had ever seen. Blood Moon Island became particularly fecund, its soil producing the greatest crops. A particularly crimson-fleshed orange grown on the island became a delicacy across half the world. The black pits took fire. The oil there burns still.
I did burn it.
Driftwood became a center of industry, trade, and transport. After a long and harrowing journey, Lovric the Waiter arrived in Sicil, where he opened a tavern. The meaty stew became famed almost as much for its food as it was for its greasy, abusive owner. Lagan left his over-demanding wife and began a relationship with a local bard. In the spirit of loving generosity, he returned the ring to his now ex-wife. In a fit of rage, she threw it into the sea. The nameless isle had vanished. Although only open water remained, by instinct ships would steer clear. None of the captains could articulate why. Millennia later, adventurers would come in search of the legendary divine city of Arx and the crypt of the great Lucian. None would pass the path of blood. Sir Gareth thanked the surviving Seekers for their service and gave them their freedom. Disillusioned with the rising chaos, he set out alone to find a new purpose. He would never stop seeking. Young Han went into the theatre and became one of the realm's most popular actors. With no new divine, Malady found herself in a predicament. She had an important problem to solve, but no ally strong enough to call upon, and so her search continued. Having performed the greatest act of necromancy in history, Tarquin found the new world unchallenging. He became obsessed with rumors of another plane of existence. One day he vanished and was never seen again. With the source released to the world, Ahu the wizard spent more and more time as a cat. One day he decided he would not change back.
So he's just a cat.
Jehan the demon hunter found himself at a loose end. So he opened a museum of demonic artifacts. After it burned down, with Jehan inside, witnesses claimed that the flames were the color of blood.
Oh no!
As the forests grew anew and the elves were equals at last, Sahala shared elven knowledge of source with the world. But some elves disagreed and plotted against her. Chief amongst her opponents was Tova, Sahala's own mother.
What?
As Source flooded Rivellon, Fane set out to record everything he could of this new world. As he travelled, he kept a socket peeled for signs of the Eternals, hoping to find the wife he'd lost. He's still looking. With a small band of elves, Ifan Ben Mezd replanted the lost elven forests. After the first fresh shoots broke the earth, he disappeared and was never seen again. Some say Afrit, his soul wolf, walks the forest still. The Red Prince came home a hero. With Sada, he had more dragons. Soon, Prince became Emperor, one who would not use his dragons for conquest. His realm knew peace, and the world did not burn. And then there was you.
God, this is such a scary looking.
You returned to the world a sorcerer among many. Your future was yours to decide. Did you accept your new status with humility? Only you know the truth. Only you know if you atone for your sins.
What the fuck was that? And then there's one more. Okay.
After all that you to what you do next, what shall you do with divinity?
Supreme Sacrifice, achievement unlocked.
And so it ended. A tale that began with my own ill-fated attempt to rid the world of the Godwoken. Dallas the Hammer, the secret Eternal, purged the Godwoken and used the Source to close the veil to the void. The world was saved. Statues in memory of the Godwoken who sacrificed their Source were erected all across Rivellon. They would never be forgotten. The half-demon Malady took pity on the soulless, God-woken silent monks and brought them to the Hall of Echoes. There, from the scraps of their souls that remained, she restored them to life. Sorcerers no more, they lived out the rest of their lives, freed of the burden of being the God-woken. Freed from the weight of the world. As for me, the God-woken sacrifice severed the link that bound the Sworn to the God King, and I was finally free. To atone for my sins, I spent the rest of my days taking care of the sick and elderly, telling the story of the God-woken, that the world may never forget the greatest heroes Rivellon had ever seen.
Malady stands tall and...
Ah, there you are. More than a silent monstrosity, less than a god. Where did I go wrong? Ugh, no thank you. I was interested in being owed a favor. Never mind.
She fingers the mask.
We've come along. She looks, I guess, take a moment. Relax. Enjoy. I certainly plan. Until next time.
Well, well, look what the cat dragged in. A silent monk. At least that's what you'd be if it weren't for she's Malady, the one and only. Like I would about the return of the codpiece. The man's a man, all too prone to the weaknesses of the heart. We've seen the results of his errors firsthand. I give it a week before he errs anew. Yes, well, that's to say, that's love, not... All right, you made your point. Besides, Lucian. Perhaps even a god deserves a second chance. Even if he is a god without power. As for myself, I'm counting why I mean my empire, of course. After all, I've dragons to raise. I need to teach them to be good boys and girls before they set the entire world on fire. There may be an accident or two along the way. Can't be helped, I'm afraid. I do so long to see my palace again. The Forbidden City. The sense of spices and incense. The sound of sitars in far-off rooms. To sit all day in perfumed shade and watch the white of the marble change with the journey of the sun. But above all, I long to be... but remember how when we first met... Not some... Now, if you'll still... What say you? Where... But where... Really? It's the lack of manners that I find so unforgivably disgraceful.
The flaming hatchling... Fresher!
I always thought that those who resorted to self-sacrifice were lacking in imagination. I must admit, I was rather... A world without source is one that will need individuals of wit and intellect. A sharp mind is... I believe I shall enjoy this new world. Very. That is the question, isn't it? No, I ain't.
The purging that...
Amazing, I'm still here. That you're here. And that you might still speak. That Lucian...
Silence your remains in your mind as you approach Gareth. You're grateful for Milady's miraculous touch. Without it, there would be no you.
I only did what I was meant to do. I don't deserve thanks. I gave only the bare minimum. And still I strayed quite far.
Gareth shakes his head vigorously.
Self-pity is as dangerous as any man I have battled, Alexander included. In this new world, this world without the seven gods, it's a foe I plan to defeat.
Aside from a single...
Time. Time has a way of changing someone. Lucian did not start as the man he became. Nor is the man I am now the same as him that once served at the side of a divine. Lucian doesn't need me. And believe me when I say, I no longer need him. I find a way to fit. I wasn't just content, and so I find out.
Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Ifan folds his arms and steps back from you, as if your presence is toxic.
I suppose this is proof I've got really bad taste in friends. After all that we've been through since Fort Joy, after all that, to end up with Lucian once more, to settle for abject corruption over
He fixes you with a steely gaze, eyes burnished and shining like pebbles of hatred.
It was absolute. You listened to Lucian. You obeyed Lucian. After everything he did, you allowed him to take our source. And now you have restored a tyrant to power. I intend to spend the remainder of my days seeking to undo what you have done. It may not be possible, but when did that ever stop me?
Ifan pauses, as if about to say something else. Then...
Wow, we really pissed him off.
Fane is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert.
I see.
He glances with a grin. The skeleton...
Well, a little leaner than when we first met. And a little less divine than you'd hoped, I imagine. Indeed.
Fane looks back down.
It could have been different. I could have saved them. I could have found a way. Ha! Yes. What a reunion that was. I doubt she will ever forgive me for what I did. Then again, perhaps she will understand someday. Doing terrible things for good reasons seems to be a family trait. So, what do you think you'll do, now that we live in a source-free world? I never thought I would wish for silence again after the tomb. I hear there are some nice beaches in Rivellon, though. Fort Joy is probably lovely this time of year.
The skeleton hefts Hubert's dog.
I've been rereading this. It's shit.
Fane talk.
If you could simply take octopus. Regardless, the world is. Do you know? There is the. I suppose, but my in a way in you.
I am here to say. I am at.
You look up, and with a start. At last, the world was at peace. The ancient Lizard Empire opened its gates. The houses disbanded, and the Empire adopted a pluralist quasi-democracy. Anyone could vote for whoever they pleased, as long as the House of Shadows approved. Justinia returns to her throne. Under her rule, the Dwarven kingdom prospered, until 2 years later, a jealous lover stabbed her in the heart with a mutton fork. Lucian made amends to the elves. He gave them lands and vast riches from the coffers of the old divine order. But the elves never forgave him. They would not trust humans again. And in a dark forest on the far side of a desert, well beyond the high seas, the Black Ring came together once more. The island of Fort Joy, the old redoubt of the Source King Brachus Rex, was turned over to the people of Driftwood to use as they wished. They turned it into a holiday resort. Reaper's Coast prospered. The fisheries returned, and the fertile farmlands produced the greatest harvests the surviving farmers had ever seen. Blood Moon Island became particularly fecund, its soil producing the greatest crops. A particularly crimson-fleshed orange grown on the island became a delicacy across half the world. The black pits took fire. The oil there burns still. Driftwood became a centre of industry, trade, and transport. After a long and harrowing journey, Lovric the Waiter arrived in Sicil, where he opened a tavern. The meaty stew became famed almost as much for its food as it was for its greasy, abusive owner. Lagan left his over-demanding wife and began a relationship with a local bard. In the spirit of loving generosity, he returned the ring to his now ex-wife. In a fit of rage, she threw it into the sea. The nameless isle had vanished. Although only open water remained, by instinct ships would steer clear. None of the captains could articulate why. Sir Gareth thanked the surviving Seekers for their service and gave them their freedom. Disillusioned with peace, he set out alone to find a new purpose. He would never stop seeking. Young Han went into the theatre and became one of the realm's most popular actors. With no new divine, Malady found herself in a predicament. She had an important problem to solve, but no ally strong enough to call upon, and so her search continued. Having performed the greatest act of necromancy in history, Tarquin found the new world unchallenging. He became obsessed with rumors of another plane of existence. One day he vanished and was never seen again. Ahu the wizard became one of Lucien's most trusted advisors once more. He always knew that something had changed in the divine. He never discovered what that was, or if he did, he never said a word. Jehan the demon hunter found himself at a loose end, so he opened a museum of demonic artifacts. He made a fortune.
Oh, he didn't die this time.
With Lucien in power, Sahala took the elves away from the world. They grew strong once more amidst the trees of the regrown home forest. Some say her plans for revenge will bring about the end of days.
Maybe I shouldn't have saved her.
Some say only Tova, her mother, holds her back. Lucien returned as divine, united the races, and became Lord Emperor of all Rivellon. Only Dallis knew that he was entirely powerless. Dallis and you. The Eternal, now known as Dallis, was a secret advisor to Lucien and to his successors. For eons she would walk in the world, and would outlive the peoples and all, and wander alone amongst the dying stars. His run-in with his daughter set Fane on a new path. He travelled Rivellon, recording the wonders he discovered, but always kept a socket peeled for signs of the Eternals. He hoped to find the wife he'd lost, but he never did. Then again, he's still looking. With a small band of elves, Ifan ben Mezd replanted the lost elven forests. After the first fresh shoots broke the earth, he disappeared and was never seen again. Some say Afrit, his soul wolf, walks the forests still. The Red Prince came home a hero. With Sada, he had more dragons. Soon, Prince became Emperor, one who would not use his dragons for conquest. His realm knew peace, and the world did not burn. And then there was you. You returned to the world as one more kin among many.
Oh.
Your future was yours to decide. Did you accept your new status with humility, or did you rebel?
I'm scary looking.
Only you know the truth. Only you know if you atone for your sins.
Only you know if you atone for your sins. And with that, Divinity Original Sin 2 is done. Out of the achievements, 58 of 97 achievements unlocked. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.